Brought to you by Flying Emperor Productions. Today we are interviewing two great emperors, Augustus and Caligula. This is Caligula. Born in 12 AD to Germanicus as Gaius Caesar, he was emperor from AD 37 to 41 and chose the name Caligula, a nickname he was given in the military camp he grew up in, meaning little soldier's boots, as he was carried around the troops dressed as a normal soldier. This is Augustus, born in 63 BC, and reigned from 27 BC to AD 14. His born name was Gaius Octavius Thurinus, but was given the name after he became emperor as Augustus by the Senate, meaning the revered one.
How did you get into power?
Caesar was my great uncle, and in his will he named me as his successor. After his death, I became involved in a series of civil wars, in part with Mark Antony, in order to make my right to the throne valid. In the end, I managed to become emperor and achieve vengeance on Caesar's killers. The final and decisive battle was in 37 BC at Actium.
My father was Germanicus, who was very popular amongst the people. When he died, there was much grieving in the whole of Rome. However, I also was cohered to the Emperor Tiberius with his son. So when Tiberius very mysteriously died of poisoning and strangling, I may have overruled his son and became emperor.
Did you kill him?
No.
But Suetonius says you did.
Let's just move on.
How did people react when you became emperor?
I was quite popular and I always kept my promises, especially when I said I would distribute goods to people. When there was a shortage in grain, I would give it to people for very low prices, sometimes for free. However, I never strived for popularity. Instead, I gave the public what I thought was good. I often criticised people who demanded gifts they hadn't been promised. I held many elaborate games which kept people happy.
Many said that I was the answer to the prayers of the Roman people, and also the ruler most highly favoured. This was due to the popularity of my father and the fact that throughout my life I got to know many provincials and soldiers. I practically had the consent of both the Senate and the people. I also had good relations with foreign nations, unlike my predecessor, bless his soul. To keep the people happy, I gave them money, held feasts, games, shows.
What did you do for the city?
I constructed a new forum which contained the Temple of Mars the Avenger, the Temple of Apollo on the Palatine, and the Temple of Jupiter in the capital. I also got other rich important people to beautify the city with monuments and an amphitheatre. I finally divided the city into regions and districts to improve the administration of it.
Well, I did a lot of building. In particular, I completed many public works, like the Temple of Augustus, that had been started but not finished by Tiberius. God bless his soul.
Are you sure you didn't kill Tiberius?
I also achieved impossible feats, like building in extreme waters and tunneling through huge mountains. Oh, and I'm also fantastic and built a temple to myself so people could pray me as if I was the god I am.
What were your military achievements?
After the Civil War, I tried to maintain peace. I closed the Janus Quirinus on 3 occasions, symbolising peace throughout the empire. I conducted 2 foreign wars in my time, against Dalmatia and the Cantabrians, and suffered 2 defeats against Germany, losing 3 legions in one of them. I injured my leg and both arms in the course of the Dalmatian War. I made improvements to the military system, making it stricter and more efficient.
I didn't fight much. However, I once decided to undertake a German campaign, and when the son of the British king surrendered to me, I claimed that the whole British island had surrendered to me.
That seems a bit unrealistic.
I don't like you. Anyway, my greatest victory was against the sea.
Did you pass any important laws?
I revised laws and passed new ones resolving excessive expenditure, adultery, chastity, electoral improprieties and marriages. I also improved the political system through a series of laws in order to avoid bribery and other crimes.
Yes, many. Well, after the state went in debt due to some excessive spending in fees, let's say, well, I decided to increase taxation in many different ways in order to gain money. Money, money, money. Well, some people didn't appreciate what I was doing, but, you know, I just loved money and figured it would roll in it. It would be fantastic.
How would you describe yourself?
I am just and interested in the well-being of the state. I'm very respectful towards traditions and the moral values of the ancestors and towards the population of Rome as a whole.
A nice chap.
But Suetonius says that you enjoyed watching torture, killed your brother for taking medicine, your father-in-law for getting seasick, stole other men's wives, forced high-status people to work as slaves for you, then killed them and made it look like suicide, closed granaries for the hell of it, burned a playwright for writing a joke you didn't like, killed everyone in exile just in case they were praying for your death, threatened to kill your own dinner guests, ruined people's hairstyles that look nicer than yours, and killed anyone who mentioned the word goat.
Yes, but apart from this...
You killed your own granny because she was annoying.
Alright.
I'd like to thank you both for taking part in this interview. Please return to Doctor Who and he'll take you back to your relevant time period.